You can see how all the wires line up. So this is a black connector. That's a gray, blue, orangish red. The orange and the blue are opposites, so only one will go one way and one will go the other. Same thing with these two. So really the connectors will only go in one way. Here's our new Dorman that we just bought, 923. When you're doing this, just pull the 10 millimeter out right there and the whole bracket comes out and everything. I saw people fighting it online, and just pull the 10 millimeter out. Some of them are different, I think, unlike some of the Tahoes and stuff, but on the Escalade, it's just mounted to the bumper, the outer fender bumper area. You can see the messed up connection right here on that one. It may have been arcing and stuff. This one's pretty clean. This one's pretty good. I cleaned them all out with the cleaner. I'll show you the cleaner. Here's the cleaner we used for electrical connections. CRC QD electronic cleaner. Works really good on electrical connections and stuff, and cleaning them out. That was pretty good too. None of them are messed up. It's just this one was way out of, you can see it's not even like pushed down right there where it's supposed to be. So we're going to pop that one out the way I showed you, and then we're going to pop the new one in. So that's where we're at. I'm going to do a quick thing too, and show, or what I was going to mention too is on all these connections, before you work on them, hit them with some air and you can blow off a lot of the surface dirt and get them cleaned up. And then I'll show you the cleaner. And changing out the blue one, the blue connector, I'll put a picture up of that, and you'll see this connector right here was messed up. So I went to the wrecker and got a new board and connector. So what I'm going to do is cut this wire, but I wanted to just talk about how I got the wire out of there, because it's I didn't see anything online with this kind of connector like this. There's an orange or brown one just like it on the opposite side too. So I kind of messed with it to see how to get the connector out. So you can see I pulled this one out too. So I'll put this one back in and kind of show you, because it's kind of delicate and I didn't see anything online for this kind of connector. So let's get this guy back in first. So you can see it kind of comes up there, and then you kind of push it in and it pops, see? So the way you're going to get it out is, I've got dental tools. You get them at Harbor Freight or whatever. You can get like a needle, and you just kind of, let me make there, and then you just get a screwdriver or something. Sorry. Just kind of get in there. We'll fight you a little bit. Almost there. And then be real careful with these two. They're kind of delicate. But once you kind of get it out of the way, kind of go to the corner like that. Give it a little push. And you just got to get it past that. So, try this one more time. There we go. So if you give it a little push down, you'll all of a sudden feel it move. And then you'll be able to just kind of pull the wire by, and hopefully you don't do what I just did, where you do that, and then there you go. You plop it out like that. So it's not too hard. Just make sure you undo the thing on the back, and then make sure you hit the little deal in there, give it a little light push, and then pull on the wire at the same time. And as long as you got the little tab in there moved, you'll be all set. So I hope that helps somebody. I'll put some pictures up of my messed up connector. And what we're going to do, like I said, is we're just going to cut this one off, probably back here, splice it in, and then put the new one on the connector, and we'll be good to go. All right, you can see the one we pulled out. See, it's broken off right there. And then you can see kind of it was arcing or something in there a little bit too. And then you can see how much better looking this one is that we got out of the donor one that we got at the wrecker, how much better shape it is. So that's the one we're putting in. We put the, we used a 16 to 22 gauge connector, the red one. So what we're gonna do is we'll probably heat it right there. It'll shrink up. Then after we put it on the car, we're going to slip a little heat shrink over the whole deal here, so we can get that over like that, and we'll be, and then it'll be all sealed up and everything. So that's how we're doing it. All right, you can see we hit it with a little bit of heat shrink, kind of make it a little tough, cover the joint and everything, so it's nice and clean. And then we're going to put it back inside of this guy, pop it into the deal, into the connector, and we're going to be all set. There it is. You can see that's the one right there. Back in, all repaired. We'll put our O-ring on that goes there, and then we'll get our bracket up in place. Here's our new Dorman model, just like stock. Hopefully it works awesome and fixes our blinker brake light problem that we've been having. Here's the one we got at the wrecker. You can see, same thing. You can see that it installs. You got the sharp side going in to where the 10 millimeter goes. You can see the little tab right there. That's how you know you got it right. So now what I'm going to do is pop this into the hole and then pop this in and put the 10 millimeter in, and it's in. Something else I'd like to mention that, you know, in some of my videos, people comment, you know, about factory and the factory engineers and all that stuff. And honestly, I'm not an engineer. And, you know, the guys that come up with some of these connectors and stuff are really smart. They're complicated, but in some ways they're like overly complicated. They're hard to deal with. And then why would you ever put this many important connections right behind a back tire where it's going to throw mud and dirt up on it? And these are systemic problems that these cars have. Look at this complicated connector they have here. Then they put this thing here, and it's kind of loose. Even when it's tight, it's kind of loose. So it's jiggling around. Then you got another one. So you got 4 going into this thing here. Now, if you think that's an engineering marvel, that this is smart, then yeah, you should keep your cars all stock and everything. But this is why people modify cars and stuff, because you try and eliminate this kind of garbage. There's no reason to put a junction box back here in the back of a car where it's going to be exposed to the elements and you have more chance of having systemic problems with your car. You don't design stuff this way. And there we are back in the way it's supposed to be. Make sure you get your wires run so they're not rubbing, or, you know, so they're in kind of the best way. Blue, black, orange, gray. I mean, they only go in one way, but just if you're trying to figure it out, that's the easy way. So there you go. And looking at the board also, I can see the discoloration on that guy right there. Nobody else has it. So it was shorting out and stuff in there. So it could have been the board a little bit, and it was that connection, definitely. So we fixed the problem. Our blinkers work good now. Our taillights work good now. Really happy that I saw online people were talking about this junction. I'd thought about it before, and I just didn't really think enough about it. I was going to trace the wires. I thought there was a short somewhere, but then I saw that a lot of people talked about this. And between that connector that was bad and probably the board, I think we got it all fixed. Like and subscribe.